The problem that I had with scalp trading when I first started was that I always got stopped out. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to get the best entries possible, how to avoid being stopped out, and to have proper risk management, whether you're scalping or holding your trade. This is an example from UCAD, and I'm going to go through these steps step by step and break it down as simplistic as possible. So guys, this is a 5-minute OB. As I was going through the time frames, I did notice that UCAD is headed down to possibly grab sell side liquidity, which is these lows that we have here. And I did notice that we came up and gave this retest. So guys, I'm simply on the 1-minute time frame looking for these break and retest type of entries for my scalp, right? So ideally, I want to see a break of structure happening, right? And I'm going to focus on the candle before the candle that actually broke structure. So I came across this area here. It's near the most recent OB, right? And it looks like we got this retest right into here. And then we got a continuation down. So here's that little break of structure right here, this little wick, and I have my eyes on it. I did go ahead and place a line on it. And so this may be really confusing about which order block to choose, because you have two order blocks, right? We have one here, and then we have another here. You should definitely subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out on any new content, right? So when you're looking for your trade, you may ask yourself like, well, I don't really know which one to choose. And if you choose the wrong one, if you choose this one and it turns out to be this one, you'll be stopped out. But if you wait for this one and it decides to be this OB, then you miss out on an entire trade. So I'm just going to go ahead and simplify that. I am looking for the area that's closest to this break of structure, meaning ideally this would be my area right here. This is going to be the one that I select. I'm not going to select this area. Even though we have some imbalance in here, I'm not going to select that area. If we pay close attention, and I'm going to go ahead and open this up, this candle broke this low, right? Are we seeing that? This candle broke this low, and this is going to be the area I decide to get in. Now, your entry is very important, but you also must know where you're going to get out at. Where is going to be your take profit? You don't want to go ahead and try to go crazy and pick the lowest area of the chart. You want to be really realistic about what you can hold for, the amount of time you're able to hold this trade, right? So you have this low, and then this low is not too far behind. So now that we have a possible entry, right, we want to go ahead and start to calculate our risk management, right? So guys, where is going to be your stop loss if you were to get into this trade? And what is going to be your lot size? Now, when determining your lot size, this is easy to use this tool on TradingView to determine your stop loss, right? You can just plug the numbers in into your MT4. But when it comes down to your lot size, how much can you afford to lose if you lose this trade? This is very important. You don't want to risk half of your trading account. You don't want to over risk anything. So be realistic. How much can you afford to lose on your trading account? And that should determine your lot size and as well as your stop loss, right? But when you're getting entries like this, you don't have to guess too much about what your stop loss should be. You can simply choose a little bit above your entry right up here. There's your stop loss. And when we're determining the take profits, guys, you can go for the first low, which is within our minimum, right? Our minimum is 3-1. This is a 4. And then, you know, if you feel good, you can take partials halfway through this trade, and then you can start to move your stop loss down. I wouldn't suggest like a lot. And then you can go ahead and go for this level here, right? Which would give you a nice setup here, right? So this is first things first. And guys, while you're waiting for that retracement, you have enough time to calculate your risk to reward. You have enough time. And this is the 1-minute time frame. So this trade is not going to take long. This is kind of in and out. Maybe it'll take a few minutes to 1 hour if you're trading on the 1 minute time frame. And let's go ahead and play this out and see how the trade plays out. So guys, I do want to just really say this. Just because you see that the market starts to move with some really big bearish candles and we continue to break lows, it doesn't mean that you should jump in and start to sell. The last thing you want to do is be in a ton of drawdown as the market is pushing back. Be patient and wait for your area. This is very important to avoid drawdown. We do not want to see our account in the negative and closing out of positions when all we had to do was simply wait for the setup to play out. So as you can see, guys, when people see red candles, they start to click those buttons. They start to get in those sells, only for the trade to reverse and go back to that area of interest. And even here, this replay is not going to show us too much, but then sometimes the market comes really close to your entry and then it starts to show some bearishness and then people start to get in, right? And then by the time the market comes up above, you're in drawdown, maybe you close the position because maybe you're not so confident anymore. And I also want to point out something else, guys. This is considered to be an order block. Yes, absolutely. Price did definitely reject from this OB right here, right? We definitely did get a rejection from this OB, but this order block is not headed in the correct direction. So be careful with that. Sometimes we have order blocks and the market is simply using them for a retracement, but we don't want to go ahead and take buying positions to trade in the opposite direction. We want to be intentional about the direction that we're actually going in. So when you get on this 1 minute time frame, guys, you should know already on the higher time frame which direction you are already going in. And it cannot be both. You cannot say, I'm going to take either a buy or a sell. You should know the direction that you're going in. You should know where the market is drawn to. You should know where the market may target liquidity, right? So let's continue to let this play out here. We come into this area and the market starts to take off. It comes back up. But guys, be mindful that we do have a stop loss. That's okay. And we hit TP1. At this point, as we were halfway through this trade, you could have gone in and taken partials right around here. You could have moved your stop loss down a little bit after taking partials. I don't recommend going crazy or setting it down here. But at this point, you could have made those adjustments. And let's let that play out. That's TP1. And then we go down close to TP2, right? This is why partials are important. The trade starts to go back up a little bit, which is fine. We did not move our stop loss down too close, which is why that's important as well, not to move your stop loss down so close. So guys, yeah, the market is playing around here. And eventually we hit take profit. And this is a 1 minute scalp opportunity. It looks like the trade started at 11:22 and it was done at 12, right? So this was a 40-minute trade. Nice scalp, right? And this is how we get in these perfect trades. We don't have to worry about too much drawdown. We don't have to worry about the trade turning around and stopping us out because we made sure that we got a high probable setup. So guys, practice. Go in, do some back testing, try to figure out your analysis or your bias on the higher time frame, and then it'll make it so much easier for your direction on the 1 minute time frame.